I always spoke with purpose. I'ma speak my mind until they close the curtains. Look deep inside before you judge the surface. Look in my eyes and read between the lines. My soul is searching. Chosen, gotta focus. They know this time you keep yawning and molding action. No bragging, no boasting. Facts with no calculate. Hold it down. Envision me words and use them as power. The enemy lurking. I'm calling my spirit, and if it can hear me, it's spoken with purpose.
All right, y'all. Look, welcome back again. We sorry we had some technical difficulties. We are hoping that you guys can hear us. But again, welcome back to another episode. What it is? Episode 21?
Episode
in the
21.
building.
21.
Look, for SWP Spoken with Purpose, I am your girl host, Tanya.
And I am your host, Kiana.
And I'm your girl, host Mo.
Now,
Now we in the building.
right. Y'all already know we be talking about any and everything that come out of our mind, or at least the things that we think are important to be talked about. So what we talking about today, y'all?
Again, episode 21, The Importance of Fatherhood, is our episode this evening, y'all.
Absolutely. So we're going to try to recant everything else that we had to say, but y'all already know we kind of good at going off the dome anyway, right?
All the time.
Yeah, I remember one of my first questions was the difference between a father and a dad. Do you think there's a difference?
Yeah,
And if so, what's the difference?
absolutely. Kim, you want me to give your answer?
And I remember my response was, I remember. Let me get some drink.
I was going to quote what Brittany had to say. You was jumped about that water. I ain't going to say it.
I remember what my response was is that as a father, well, the father is one that is active in the household or active with the child, and a dad is just a title.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so that was my
Yeah, and we all agreed that there was definitely a difference because Monique, you had brought it up. Like, why did it come about? Why do you think the difference between? Why was there a difference made between the father and the dad? And we was talking about, I guess, single motherhood.
Yeah, single mothers actually came up with that whole distinction between the two. Yeah.
Ain't your darn father. Who calls it? Father, come here. Father.
Right.
So I always said, that ain't your darn father. Your daddy, I use daddy. I don't use father. Or your dad. Go on there and tell your dad.
Another question I had asked is, do you think with your own kids, do you have fathers or dads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you did ask that.
And I got both.
And I originally said I had both, but then I had to go back and recant and say no, I have fathers because of one individual wasn't fortunate enough to be in her life due to unfortunate circumstances. But I do believe if he was able to be in her life, he would have been a father. So I had to go back and recant because I initially said father and dad, but I have both. I have one, I meant father. Two fathers. Sorry. Y'all got it?
Two fathers. And I definitely have both. Fathers and a dad.
Yeah.
You don't understand what we saying.
Daddies.
You got a baby daddy?
I got a baby daddy.
Baby daddy. Yeah, that's what we call y'all. That's your sperm. Well, we say a lot of junk. Sperm donor. Your deadbeat. I mean, we get all out there, you know what I'm saying? I know, because I do got both, but I got both, but I don't bash the dad. I don't bash the dad. Y'all bash the dad?
Oh, I don't. And well, I know one of the other questions that I had asked was pertaining to, does it affect the kids? And when y'all was giving y'all responses to that, I'm gonna let y'all give y'all responses again. I think that it affects the kid based off of, or it can affect the kid based off of the mother. It's some of my eyes. She be sitting right in the middle and don't see nothing. But yeah, I think it's based off of however the mother teaches the kids to be towards their father, talks about the father, and just her I think it will affect them if they see that it has affected the mother.
The mother. Oh, good. That's good, Monique.
Yeah.
That's
good.
very
It's deep.
That is. I personally don't like it. I'm like, come on, man. Not so much that the dude may not be deserving of the comments. I mean, because they probably are not active, but I mean, it's not benefiting the kids. It's not benefiting the kids. So I.
Speaker?
Hmm?
She connected.
It's a speaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got it now. We're having a lot of technical difficulties
Yeah, 'cause
tonight.
I'm like,
Bear with us, y'all.
Look, I'm
Bear
about to
with
go in
us.
there and kill them kids.
Bear with us,
I
y'all.
got it. Where y'all dead?
Right, get in there with them goddamn kids, you hear me? But yeah, I definitely agree with it because it affects the kids. I think at some point, women, we might be overbearing, stressed, and whatever, as far as having to perform both roles. But you gotta learn how to shut up at some point and think about you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about put the kids first. Put the kids first and stop talking to them. So that's one thing I definitely don't like. Have that conversation with that daddy. If you can't just, I don't know, vent to one of your girlfriends or something, but
don't
make
put
sure
the
the
kids,
don't
don't
do it.
involve the kids. Don't bash them in front of the kids. Don't talk to the kids about them, you know. Definitely don't want, you know, the kids to have no negative reactions towards their fathers. I don't agree with that at all. I don't.
I've always promoted, like I said, I have a little bit of both, so I've always told my kids to love them no matter what, because they can do anything can come out their damn mouth. You understand me? They can see a lot, you know what I'm saying? They hear a lot about their dad, in addition to, oh my gosh,
But
it's just a lot can come with that, but I make sure that I keep them, I parent them on a positive note and to overlook his discretions and faults, because we all have them. At least that's the method that I teach them.
And let them form their own opinion.
Absolutely.
You know, at the end of the day, they will form their own opinion. You know, if they see their father is not active, if they see their father is not coming around, you don't have to say anything. They will form their own opinion. They would see it themselves, and then that's when they would, you know,
could have a conversation.
yeah, they'll have that conversation with them.
I remember it used to,
or if they would even have that conversation with them.
Yeah.
I remember it used to eat me up, because y'all know I have more girls.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, that stigmatism about daddy's girls.
Yeah.
So it did not matter what he didn't do. It was just, she would, like, my girls was just daddy girls. Like, they couldn't do no wrong. And I remember I used to always be like, I can't wait till they get past this age, because that really used to hurt me, like, because I'm doing everything and this joker ain't even like nothing, but you can act like his shit don't stink.
Yeah.
But you gotta let it be. You gotta let it be until, you know, they come about with their own, you know, opinions and.
I can relate to that a little bit though.
But why do you feel fatherhood is important? We also mentioned that at the beginning because, of course, we're talking about fatherhood and the importance of it. So why do you feel?
Absolutely. I'll answer that question, but before I do that, I can relate to what Monique said too, because with that daddy portion of it, because it was moments in between there where he'll be more involved than what he normally would. And they were the happiest children on planet Earth. And I'd be like, well, God dang.
They forgot all the times he lied. They forgot all the times he said he was going to do this and didn't show up.
And even though I loved that about them, because they were so forgiving, because I do want that about them, but I'm like, well, God damn, I guess I don't do nothing around here. So I can't, I just had to make that a point that I definitely can relate. But
I do think because we do have grown kids now, I do think that they realize what they did when they were young. Yeah.
What is you doing? Why you keep?
But I do think that
Is it in the comments on the Dirty Live?
they realize what they have done, and
Good. Google it, Google it.
this is a mess tonight. Importance of a fatherhood. So a father would have had this together. We didn't have to go through none of this. He would have been working over here, got them kids in there sitting down quiet.
Exactly. Keanu phone when it's still been connected to the Bluetooth. You know, because they not only think they run them kids, just saying they think they run us too. I ain't your child. Y'all too important. Look, y'all feel too important. But Keanu, what was your question?
My question was, why do you feel fatherhood is important? Why do you feel it's important?
I remember just something about that that father just being in the home. It's just something that it does with that presence. You know, now that I sit back and I think about it, like when their dad come in the house, it's a whole different tone. That set when them jokers come on the scene, and I'm like, well, god damn, okay. But it's just that it's a different. I mean, like I said, even the difference between like my kids are they're legally grown. They're not fully walking into manhood, but the difference between a woman and a man is just something about that presence alone. Of a dude is definitely important to me, and we can get into some details as far as what makes a father, but yeah, I just think that their
it does change the atmosphere in the home. I think you know, there's a lot of stuff as mothers. I mean, as single mothers, I mean, you know, your kids try you, like, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff that they may think that they can get away with, but when there's a father presence, there is just some things they just won't try.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I like I mentioned earlier, it's the diversity of you know, a woman and a man. That we have different, you know, characteristics about ourselves. You know, the man actually is more stern and firm, where a mother is more nurturing and, you know, sensitive, you know, and the father's more protective and aggressive and
dominant.
You know, dominant and, you know,
speak one time.
Exactly, and the child submit, but you know, we have to keep speaking in order for them to get, you know, under control. But the diversity, that, you know, the blend of both parents, you know, builds that foundation for that child. It's not just one parent that should be doing that. And I also had another question. You know that, you know how they say a woman can't make a, what's that saying?
Raise a boy into a man.
Right, a woman can't raise a man to be a man.
Yeah.
Is that saying?
Yeah, I think that's very important, because we definitely, regardless of you're working in both roles as a parent, you can't be a man. And we quick to be like, we don't need no man. And I guess you as a woman being in a relationship with a man, if that's your decision as far as you not needing a man, then by all means, I take my hat off to you, but that has nothing to do with that kid. You know what I'm saying? I think that the kid needs both parents, and it's a benefit in having both parents.
Let me ask y'all a personal question. Do y'all think that y'all kids have suffered in any way because of the lack thereof of their father, if there was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, I have both. The father and the dad. And I think they suffered on both ends, because it's moments where my husband wasn't as active as we both felt like he should be, because I'm not going to bash him for not being more, because we all get busy. And we all may feel like we may have some things that we can do, but we may not want to do them now. And those inactive moments have definitely affected the kids. And also definitely with the dad figure, no matter how much Timmy did for them or how much he was there for them, there still was a yearning of him. So absolutely, they suffered in a lot of ways, especially when they're reaching for your love and your support. And your attention, and they're not getting it. Absolutely, because we have to go and pat them on the back and encourage, and you know what I'm saying, you know, make sure that they keep it moving.
Right.
That made, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, that just made me think of what you just said. Made me think of like with my kids. My I always tell y'all that my two older kids that has been like I'd say a father or a great male role model when it came to my younger kids that's not even his kids.
Right.
And like I always, y'all know, you know, a couple of my kids that's not his kids calling him dad.
Right.
Or dad. But I think that it's important, like when their father isn't active in their life. I think that, I mean, it's still, you can get a new man, and that new man could be, you know, a father, but I think they'll still long for their actual dad to fill that role.
Absolutely. I see that. You know, like even with my my kids, because my older two kids, have a dad, and then my youngest son is my husband's son, and Timmy's been around for all of the, I mean, for the most part, two and one from Quanisha and Tashad. But he's always been present there with his own kid. So it's definitely a difference, you know, because TJ can have a certain type of conversation because his dad there. You know, that I teach him don't kind of do certain things when it comes to, I don't know, that's another, that's sticky. I don't know if I really, because I don't want to,
Don't get into it.
But
Don't
it's
know if you should, don't get into it.
But definitely it's a difference. It's a difference because they want their dad there too. Like, he here 24 hours a day, 7 days. Even though we're grateful for the dad that the Lord has provided to us, you know, it's still a yearning now.
I don't even really know. I guess I really haven't really paid attention to my my oldest to really see if it has affected her.
I remember a conversation that you gave me about your oldest one.
What I see? Refresh my memory.
But you can kind of relate to. I mean, even though her father isn't deceased,
I can relate. I can tell you how I feel. You know, as an individual, because right, as a whole, my father passed away when I was very young. So growing up, I didn't have that. I didn't have that role model. I didn't have that example set before me. My mom has always been. I don't want to say both because she can't be a father, but she's definitely tried to take that place, tried to fill that void in my life, you know. But yeah, I've yearned. I remember, I never forget, I turned an age. And now when I turned 30, I had went to the graveyard. Listen, I went to the gravesite and just for no reason, I just happened to pass by and I sat cried at 30 years old. I cried as if he had passed away that day before or that day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had so much like in me. Like I literally sat there for a while and just wept and cried and was like, I don't understand, you know. And I didn't even know it was there. Like, you know, I knew I missed him, but I didn't realize that it was to that extent. You know what I'm saying? And it was just me, and I just, you know, sat there and just cried.
oh, my old tough crybaby.
Let the G over there. I ain't even cry.
The crybaby didn't cry. I guess because it just made me think about what my baby.
Yeah, well, she's gonna have to be, you know, how she's gonna have to deal with it because you tried to suppress those feelings.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and I suppressed it, you know, for so long, and I thought I just kind of ignored it, you know, even though I would be, you know, years go by and I'd be like, dang, you know, I wish, you know, my dad was here, you know, I see somebody with their dad, or even in the store, I'll see somebody with, or I'd be like, dang, I wish my dad, I wish I could have at least got, you know what I'm saying, an opportunity to know him.
How old were you?
6.
Yeah.
I had just turned 6.
So do you remember him though? You don't?
Nothing. I remember pictures. I mean, not remember pictures, but I only, like, when I see a picture or something, I try so hard to remember that moment that I had with him, but I can't. You know, I just yeah. So no, I have a lot of pictures, and then, you know, I have a lot of people around me that tell me about his character and the type of person he was. He was a good guy, and he did this and he did that, and, you know, he'll go to bat for you, he'll fight back, you know, just all kind of good stuff. And I'm like, God, I wish I would have been able to, you know. But then I also had, you know, people that tried to fill that void, like my uncles.
Yeah.
You know, they came in and tried it, but it ain't nothing like, you know what I'm saying, that I still want my daddy though. I still want it.
You have a yearning for your daddy, but I don't know how can you compare something that you didn't get, because you just I mean, they trying to fill the void, so they made up in certain areas, but it ain't nothing like you know, you thank you, but you ain't my dad.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the thing with me and Monique is like, well, goddamn, what about the moments when we took you to your little basketball games or that? But it's that comparison. How would you know what to compare it to? Because you didn't get the moments with your dad.
Because
everybody.
I've seen things. You know what I'm saying? I've seen TV shows, Bill Cosby. You know, different shows, and I've seen other, you know, friends, for instance, that I had growing up. dads around, you know, in their household. When I was younger,
That
when I
makes
went
sense. That
to,
makes
yeah,
sense.
I've seen that, you know, and I'm like, God, you know, it's just, when I go home, it's just me and my mom, you know, so, but yeah.
How did it affect you, Mo?
What?
Like, did you have your dad your whole life? And if you didn't, like, what was the benefit? What was the pros and cons?
Yeah, I gotta keep it real.
Keep it one.
The only way.
Okay.
Look.
Nah, but I think, okay,
Hey
so
viewers,
coming up-
we see y'all watching. Thanks for
Yes,
watching.
thank you for tuning
Please
in.
comment. Men, if you're watching, look, this topic is about y'all. Let us hear what you got to say.
And we do appreciate you fathers out there.
Absolutely.
But for me, my grandmother raised me, and it was just me and my grandmama in the house. And I don't know what happened before I was born. I can only speculate because of the age difference with my mom and my dad, and my mom being so young when she had me. That made my grandmother not like my dad. So all my life, not all my life, but when I was younger, I remember I knew who he was. I knew he stayed like across the track.
Yeah.
And there would be times when I'd be walking down the street, going to school, going to the Jap store or something, and he would ride by. Sometimes he would stop, and if he stopped, he'll give me like $1 or $2 or whatever. And,
Right.
and I just knew this was my dad,
yeah.
but I didn't know him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the time that he didn't stop, that used to crush me. but no, he wasn't in my life, and it wasn't until he got shot and he was at the hospital. I don't know if my grandma thought he was going to die or what, or she probably was just like, okay, well, I can go ahead and let her know the nigga now. Case this it. So I remember she took me to the hospital. Okay,
That's what made
Girl,
me
that's your
think I
dad.
thought about her.
Hey,
Girl, that's your dad.
yeah. Here he go right here in the hospital.
That's just
You got all up. Look, you got 30 minutes in there with him. Like this visitation. So because I don't know him, like what we talk about, like what?
Yeah, what would you talk
Yeah.
about?
But no, I mean, and that I think that really affected me, and I always give kudos to my stepmom. Well, I don't, consider her as a step anything, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have the relationship that I have with my dad. She made him step up and be a dad.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how many years it's been. I don't get, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she made him start, like, doing more, getting more involved. And when he didn't, she did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She come get me, like, yo, come over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This your brother, this your
That's
sister.
women.
Right. Yeah. That's your daddy.
But that goes back to what you were saying, get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the beginning when you were saying get in where you fit in, like there's no percentile. There has to be, you do your part, I do my part. In the event you slacking, I'll pick up the slack.
Yeah.
That comes with, togetherness.
Absolutely.
Working
Even
together.
pushing you to do your part.
Yeah.
And I do want to just, with my dad, I didn't know that I had, other brothers.
Yeah.
And at the time I didn't have my sister, but I didn't know that me and Brent didn't know that we were brothers and sisters until like middle school.
Wow.
And I remember my brother Tico, Gary Jr., we call ourselves going together.
Shut the front
Oh,
door.
that's my boyfriend.
No, they didn't. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got
that.
Somebody called. No, my dad. I think we had some type of Easter program at the church or something. We didn't do nothing. We were like 8 years old. If that.
Say name the names.
What's up?
That's my
brother.
But
I'm
anyway,
finna push you to the chest. Sit back here.
but yeah, my dad had came to the Easter program one year, and when I talked to Tico about this, he don't even remember this.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, that's my boyfriend. I like him. And he was like, you can't like him. That's your brother. That's your brother. And then he told my brother, like, this your sister. And that's how we found out we were brothers and sisters, going to the same church.
Wow.
Everything,
Wow.
But I think it did affect me. It affected me a lot when it came to my decisions in men.
Mm-hmm.
It affected me a lot when it came to the decisions I made with when in a relationship with the man, and whether I left or stayed because I wanted that. I wanted their father to be in their life so bad, and I felt like if I leave him, then you know what I'm saying, that they won't have both of us anymore. And in a sense, it did happen with with two of my kids, but like I say, I give my hats off to my first kid's dad, Deshaun, because he stepped up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it wasn't even financially. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't help financially, but in every other aspect.
Yeah,
he
it's
was
not
there.
always about the money.
It really isn't. It really
Kids
isn't.
don't
Just
be
take the
thinking
money
about
off the
money.
table and just think about, the kids needing that support system. They need that love. They need that involvement. They need all of that. Your time, your
presence.
And then you think about
all of that.
when you were a kid, or now as an adult, what do you remember the most? You remember that time spent. You remember them being that game. You don't remember them paying for no G.I. Joe and no
Nikes and Jordans.
I remember a couple child support checks that month.
You remember?
You remember getting
I
child
remember.
support checks?
Yeah.
Oh,
When I got a little older, absolutely. Yep, I sure do. When you got about 15 and them little child support checks used to come, you used to be like, look, Mom, we need our own money. But ain't no paying no light bill but that
support too, though.
True, I know, I understand it now, but at that 15, I need that check. Me and Keisha wanted our own money. We wanted to go out with our own money.
And Janice gave it to you?
Yeah, she started giving us some loot. I think it brought like $25.
Oh, well, that's good.
It was like $25. I need them to $25. I don't know how many of them checks she gave her, but I do remember us asking for them, and maybe getting one or two. I don't know how
And
many.
then you went to Tina and got a $25 hairdo.
You better believe. I don't know what I did, but I'm pretty sure. Yep. Look, yep. But it's
was a check for $25.
we had to pull out some.
I drank to that.
Put them old pictures that Kiana got in. I got their photo album.
You was a faithful.
Waterfalls. Thick ass whoop. But as far as to how it affected me, yeah, my dad. Oh my gosh, I think my dad left when I was 8. What the heck, Keisha? Because Keisha get the timeline right. No, it was. You was 6. But I think it was about 8, and I can only think about all the little moments that we had, because we was in Jersey, so I think about the moments, because my dad loved to sing, and I remember he used to walk us around on his feet. He used to put our feet on top of his feet and hold our hands, and he used to walk us around and sing to us. And I mean, you only think about those good moments and just always having his presence. So when he was gone, it's like, dang, where that at? And he didn't come around till I don't even think we had made contact with my dad again till maybe like here or there, but about 15, because we went and stayed with him. I think it was 15. Yeah, we came 15, and then Keisha was pregnant out when we went up there and stayed with him and his wife for a little while. And then once I got married, he kind of came back down, and then we got it was like he didn't miss a beat. I felt like he was there the whole time. Love never changed. I'm just happy that that he was loved by his kids. We made sure that he was loved. We didn't blame him for leaving. We just enjoyed every moment that we had with him, whether it was on the phone or whether it was in person. We just took full advantage of whatever opportunity it is that we had with him. So he left this planet knowing that he was cherished, loved, and he wasn't I ain't gonna say he wasn't a good dad, but
The mass majority.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, but the mass majority of people who actually fathers who leave them, and they become bitter. I know
fathers?
No, the child.
No.
Or they leave, or they're not involved in their lives. I know someone I was just talking to, I think about a month or two ago. A friend, she probably come on, but yeah, she was telling me she absolutely hate her dad.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't, around, and she built some animosity, and it hurt her to where it turned into hate. And she's like really like disgusted with him. I think we're gonna do a topic about that as well.
I definitely can relate to that, because like I said, if it wasn't for my stepmom, I know I would have felt the same way, because there were times when I felt like as an adult that he was slacking, and you know what I'm saying, and I feel like I shouldn't always have to come to you or come see you, come spend time with you, call you. And, you know what I'm saying, I started getting bitter and I started being like, man, F him. You know what I'm saying, he wasn't there before, you know what I'm saying? And then I always talk to her, or she'll always call, like, because she know when, okay, she didn't come around, she didn't call or something ain't right. And then she'll always call, you okay? You know, you want to talk to your dad? You know what I'm saying? She was always that bridge to, like,
build it back.
yeah, and then I tell her exactly how I'm feeling. No, F him, you know what I'm saying?
That's different for me, because I didn't really have, he wasn't there financially for us. You know, his presence alone and us just being able to enjoy each other as grown people. It's like that friendship type of thing. You being able to enjoy a conversation or taking your dad here, taking that, because we were taking care of my dad. So I guess I didn't have any room to be mad because you didn't step up in a certain way after you've done so much, and then all of a sudden you're not here anymore or doing as much as you used to, because he wasn't never really doing anything. We always kind of took care of him, and we just knew he wasn't in the position. So it's definitely different for me. So I didn't have an opportunity to be mad because he didn't do nothing. He wasn't doing nothing.
Now, question: why do you think that our race has more uninvolved fathers than any other race?
Because maybe their dads wasn't there. I think when Monique asked a question like, do you think it affects them with the dad not being present? And I think with the non-presence of their own dad, I don't know, maybe it made them feel as though that they can't.
So you feel as though it's like a domino effect?
Yeah.
It's just trickling down.
I do. I don't think that's something. You know, that's why I'm a little. I'm so sensitive when it comes in. I'm so forgiving and lenient in that area, because I think people run away from stuff that they don't know how to handle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's new to them. So when, you know, unlike us, we might. When we don't know how to do something, we find another way. And I think some people they turn away, and it's too hard for them, so they just rather not do it. And they gotta have that conversation with the kids if they're ever able to give that conversation to them. But I'm not so unforgiving, but I do think that it is effects of not having a dad.
I don't think it's a domino effect. I think it's just a mature decision that a young man makes to the fact that if my dad wasn't there, I'm gonna make sure I'm there for mine, because I know that's how my brother is. He's a damn good dad, and he's like that because of the relationship that he had with his dad, or the lack thereof. He didn't have a relationship, and he felt like his dad wasn't there. And that's what turned him into the father that he is.
I think so too. I mean, because you gonna go either way. That's what I do. What my mom didn't do, what I wanted her to do, I made sure that I did.
Right.
And so I let it push me in a positive way. But you do have some people who, I think they just do it subconsciously. Well, I don't know. They doing it. I don't know how they doing it, but I do it. It pushes me. It motivates me.
So I would think that it would motivate. I mean, because a lot of things that wasn't given to me or wasn't done with me, I definitely do it with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I take that approach. I make it motivate me. I allow it to push me into doing the different things that wasn't done with me to my kids. So I think that's just an excuse, you know, as far as with fatherhood. You copping out. You're copping out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they can.
Because you didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have the kids, so we're actually stuck with them.
Right.
They're not actually stuck with them. So I think it's just because they do have that.
You have the option to cop out. You just can walk away.
Like, you don't have the option.
You don't, but
you
it's
don't
like
have they got their show took it.
They took that.
You took it. Like, no matter how many tears we got, no matter how hard it is for us, it's like, who told you that you had an option? I dare you. You ain't got no choice. You know, so oh my gosh, y'all jokers ain't got no choice. Like, we ain't got no choice.
Hey,
y'all ain't got no choice either. Hey, viewers. But I definitely agree with Monique. Like, they feel like they got a choice, and they're taking advantage of this choice that they think they have with being able to walk away. And I just really wish that they would put the kids first. I don't care how difficult that mother, because I do believe, I don't know why these mothers be tripping, because I try my best not to be one of them tripping mothers. So I don't know why they tripping, But that ain't an excuse. It's not an excuse.
Oh yes. It was hard not being one of those mothers, because I never talk bad about them to their, and then like I told y'all on a episode we had before, I always made sure that my children respected him. I don't care what he did, didn't do. I don't care if you ain't seen him in 5 years. That's your dad. You are going to respect him. But it was hard, especially when they come back around after 5 years and,
like I said, they skip a beat and it's nothing.
That nigga been gone for 5 years and you acting like he was disobedient yesterday.
I'm trying to tell you.
I hope y'all ain't listening.
I'm just saying, but that's definitely not an excuse for you guys to tap out on your responsibility. And then think y'all can just come back in the picture whatever it is that you feel like it is. I think you guys should hold yourself accountable, just like we hold ourselves accountable. It's not a choice. You sit your behind still and deal with these kids that you brought into this world. But on a positive note, as far as, so what are some of the things that the men bring to them? As far as to, like I was saying, like the distinction between the two. What is the benefits of them having a dad? Even from a young or to old.
We're not quiet because we don't know, because there's a lot of
We just trying to get it together.
I mean, it's definitely a lot of benefits to them having their dad. I mean, I think I can just speak for me. Like, I think if I had my dad in my life, I wouldn't have made a lot of decisions that I made. So, decision making, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm telling you that dude ain't right for you. Let me sit down and have a conversation.
Or not just having that role model to know what to compare it to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And to know that I'm worthy and I'm worth more than to have to settle and deal with this. You know what I'm saying? I think
that's good. So the father would have been giving you admiration, making sure that you know how beautiful you are, and how much of a gift that you are. Absolutely.
I wouldn't be looking for validation in other people or in other men.
Yeah, that's good, Mom. Yeah, that's good. I didn't get that.
And then that protection, that protector, just having that father around, just knowing that he's there, he got your back, he gonna boss up by my, my son, my kids, my daughter, I'm about that, it's just that protection, that security blanket,
Yeah.
And then also, like what you were saying with how you saw other people with their dads, I think that that affects the kids in that way, and that's important for them to be in their life because they're looking at other people whose father is actively in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to teach them, you know what I'm saying, even how they treat the woman, like if they're in a relationship, and you know what I'm saying, how they take care of their woman, how they, you know what I'm saying, like how they love a woman. You know what I'm saying? I think that is very much so needed because you don't see it. It's like this sensitive part of the men that they feel like they can't be, like they're considered to be soft or weak if they don't show that. So being in a relationship, if you see your dad in that, then I think that they know that that's allowed. And I think they take the tougher role when they don't necessarily have that presence. But also seeing the father come in and they working every day. It's setting the tone, like you ain't out there doing illegal junk. I ain't bashing nobody about illegal junk because it is what it is. But they see their dad being a go-getter. So they showing them that
that's motivating them to want to do, wanting to go out and get.
Absolutely.
But I have a statement that Amber Dunn made. Hey Amber. She said my baby is 1 and his ass will scream daddy even after his ass been MIA for days. I guess that was the comment.
And he 1.
And my baby is 1. She said.
A couple of them.
So we get it. We definitely get it.
I be getting on Quanisha, my daughter, because every time she FaceTime me, she be at goddamn Texas. I'm like, Hilda, you ain't came to see me in about 2 weeks, but every time you call me, you over there.
Oh, you jealous.
I am a little jealous.
She's just trying to make up for what she did.
I don't give a darn. Like, I don't need that positive joke right now. I'm just playing. I love that they got a connection, that they have somewhat of a relationship now. So, I dig it. I wouldn't mind if she was called a daddy's girl. I love it, but I do be a little jealous. Girl, you need to bring your behind over here, but I love that. I love that.
That's good.
Yeah, I do.
That's good.
It was something else that I
I
had.
also had, I wanted to find out, do you think boys need a father or a father figure more so than girls? And again, that goes back to me saying that little saying, a woman can't raise a man to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that a father is more needed in the boy's life versus, in the girl's life, or is it the same, equal? Because they say that, a woman can't do that.
I think that I don't think he's needed more in neither one of their lives. He may be needed in a different aspect in both of their lives, but there's neither one of them that need them more.
More so than the other.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree, because I'm a woman and you ain't gonna take them away from me. I'm gonna have a problem if I feel like you're over there with your son a little more, but just to be funny. But at the end of the day, we as women, we feel like we need them
just as much as
exactly.
a man or a boy. Okay. And if a man you're dating isn't taking care of his kids or neglecting his kids or not being involved with his kids, like, how would you handle that? Is that a deal breaker for you?
Definitely.
Is
Definitely.
Look, with no questions asked, done. It's a done deal. It's a done. Now, of course, I would assess. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say because it makes me think of the situation with my stepmama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
She stepped up.
yeah. Please, what your kids?
And I got kids.
Yeah, and the fact that I have kids, that would definitely be the deal breaker for me, because I have kids. You over here with me and my kids, and your kids over there, and you ain't doing what you need to do for your kids and going and being involved in your kids and doing what's necessary for your kids, but yet you got your big head.
I got my nose tuned up for everything.
No, I'm talking about.
That ain't gonna
But
work.
I feel that deep with them. No, hell no.
Young girls think like that. I think when younger girls these days, because I don't even think when we were younger that we thought like that. But I think younger girls these days, they don't give a damn. As long as he take care of me and mine.
Y'all need to cut that foolery out. Because just as much as you want them there taking care of yours, that means that they done created another human being out there that need to be taken care of just like yours. And man, encourage that. No, it's a no-go for me. Definitely, because I have my own kids. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't make them alone.
Right.
Is enough. And man, you ain't finna be around here parlaying with all your goddamn money, your kids. And I don't know whether they starving or not, but your presence alone is needed in their life. I'm not okay with that.
Right.
I ain't okay with that in no kind of way. Now, I will assess the whole situation and see why you may not be a part. Maybe the mama might not want them to be a part, and see if there's some rebuilding that we can do there. That, you know what I'm saying?
You still do whatever
exactly.
it takes. Whatever you got to do.
Well,
If you got to sneak behind the mama. If you
No, you got to go to court, because you can go to court and you can get what is it called?
I remember this guy I was talking to. Let me see what he watched. But yeah, I remember he came up with every excuse in the book about, you know what I'm saying, the kids this and the mama won't let me do this and I tried this, and now that they're, because I'm like, okay, they're of age now to where you can contact them, you can do it, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to go through her anymore. And it was just excuse everything. I done went to court and I done did this, and I was
it's like you can't even try to encourage nobody, because every time somebody tell you something, okay, dude, this is a wrap.
It's a wrap for you.
It's a wrap. You already done made your mind up that you just don't want to be a part of them for whatever reason. Good. See you later, bye. It's definitely a wrap for me.
Yeah, just like how we choose our men or who we're gonna talk to based off of how they treat their mom. It's the same way. You know what I'm saying? You choose them based off of how they treat their mom, their kids, how they are. You know what I'm saying? How they conduct themselves. It's just a lot of things that go into that. And if you ain't you're a deadbeat dad.
I don't know if I choose men based upon that, but if I see that if I see that connection between you and your mom and your dad, for that matter, is of a good one, then it's a plus for me. But I don't know if I pick the dude based upon that. But it's definitely a bonus if I see the relationship that you have.
So
with
it's
your
not
mom.
a deal
Now, if
breaker
you
if they're cussing out
disrespect-
their mom?
No, I'm gonna say now, if you disrespectful, you. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I don't know.
It's definitely
Because if you disrespecting her, I don't think it's fault for me. I mean, I think definitely think you gonna get me next.
You next.
So yeah, we got a problem about it because I can't handle it. I ain't taking it.
It's definitely very attractive for me to see a man and how he takes care of his mother and how he takes care of his children. That's definitely
Yes.
attractive to me. That's
It's
a
a turn
bonus.
on.
Yeah, definitely.
Feeling some kind of way right now.
Bye.
Where y'all going to the
Y'all on your way to the park.
Shut your sleep.
Oh, daddy, son, day. Where you going afterwards?
Where you taking your mom?
Where you daddy?
Like, yo.
So silly.
And don't act like you ain't. Look, fatherhood bring bonuses. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You got a problem with getting them panties off, be an active daddy.
You ain't got nothing in your glass, but cheers.
Cheers to that. Ain't got nothing. No, but on the serious note, that's real.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, it's very,
Very important. It's
very attractive.
Yes.
Look, so y'all want to know how to get a woman? They know. Walk around with them kids and don't be trying to act like active dads around here going to the park, having park dates and all that junk just to get a date. I mean, but at the end of the day, if you're that active dad, I'm telling you,
Kudos.
you're winning.
Yeah.
You're winning. Can I see you had a long list of questions? What else you got on your list?
This was near and dear to her. Goddamn book over there.
You already know.
So how important is it for the father when they're absent, like when co-parenting? Because I don't necessarily co-parent. When kids old, they deal with their dad on their own. He decided to become active, while they was grown. So I ain't never really had the benefits of being able to have a productive co-parenting situation. Kiana, how's co-parenting with you?
At the beginning, it was, oh my gosh, it was hell. I have to be honest, it was definitely hell. And I think we had to grow. Every party involved had to grow.
Yeah.
But now it's much better. Co-parenting is much better. I mean, there's still some issues because I have my way of parenting, and of course he has his way of parenting, and we're in two separate households. Where I think he's a bit extra at times, and he thinks I'm a bit too soft at times. So that can be a conversation. But as far as like
That's weird. It's usually the other way around.
What?
Especially with girls. It's usually the dad is too soft and the mom is too extra and too stern on the girl.
Really? Yeah, he say, I'm a bit too soft. He feels as though, I ain't as stern as I should be, and I, allow a lot of things. I allow a lot of things that he feels shouldn't be allowed, and my disciplinary actions isn't good enough. And we have these conversations on the back end, and we talk about it, but I mean, I can't change his way of parenting, and he can't change my way of parenting. You know what I'm saying? We can only just, discuss it and keep it moving. But as far as anything else, I mean, we, for the most part, we do very well. We've come and grown a long way. His wife is very much active. We are on good terms. Kudos to the wife. She has been very much active. There was a time where we was, yeah, there was a time, but kudos to her. She's very active. She loves her dearly. We don't have any issues. We communicate when necessary. If I can't get in contact with him, I can reach out to her.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely love across the board.
Yeah.
We always every event together.
Yeah.
You know,
that takes grown people.
Grown people.
It is on both
Exactly.
ends.
Exactly.
On
They
both ends.
we sit together. I come and sit right behind. We, you know, when she plays soccer, you know, they out there. I come sit behind them if I'm late, or if I'm already there, they'll come sit next to me. You know, so we definitely.
So beautiful.
Yeah, we had to get there.
Yeah, that's
You- but we
Rainbows
it
and
took-
sunshine comparative situation.
Yeah, it definitely took some work though. It definitely took some growing up. It definitely took, you know, some apologizing and not pointing fingers and blaming and, you know, doing any of that, and you know, definitely keeping that out the kids' ears, the child's ears, and the face of what we was going through. We didn't never let her see any of it.
Imagine what it was like. Now, did he did
brought-
that?
Mm-mm.
I wonder if he had a moment where he felt like he didn't want to be active. You know, like if he wanted to pull back, and if the wife was to encourage her, or if the wife was getting in the way, and he had to, you know, calm the storm. Like I wonder what it was on the back end, as far as to what was going on to make, because he remained an active dad. I think he's a excellent dad, and you know we try to avoid calling our names on the show, so I know you know who I'm talking about. But kudos to you. It's probably because you got my blood. Though.
I'm sorry, y'all. I see all these comments. I went out and came back in, and I see comments.
She's slipping.
No. TJ Legacy Cole.
Hey.
Hey. He said, "Good show. I love to be a guest. Keep up the great work." Thank you.
Absolutely. If you know what
We
you want to talk
appreciate
about, get in the inbox and holler at us. We'll get back with you quickly. But we be on it.
And Amber says, "I think it's important because the child needs to have a relationship with both parents. I feel a father sets the tone for the household, especially discipline." Yeah, I agree. Especially with boys. See, she went back. That was my to my question about the especially with boys. I definitely agree. Rashonda Scott. Hey.
Hey, Roshonda.
She said, "What do you tell the child when the dad flat out refuses to acknowledge their child?"
Roshonda, tiptoe back in this room. Let's conversate. Because I have, before you move on, look.
You got some talk.
No, and then I'm trying to tell her to get back in this room. Hey, Roshonda. Look, because I want to expand on that question. Maybe we could go ahead and move on until she come back in the room, because I want to chat about her question. I don't want to let it go.
Okay. Lemar. Hey, Lemar.
Hey.
Lemar. I'm gonna say I'll say Lemar. Lemars.
Get it right.
Lemars. Lemars. Okay. He says, "I got homeboys I stopped hanging around because they don't take care of their jits. But like Mo said, these chicks these days worry about them taking care of them only." Agree.
I think that's some G shit.
Yeah, just to remove yourself from hanging with people because they ain't taking care of their
that's
jits. But that's pretty much what we're saying as women. We ain't even finna deal with you if you ain't taking care of your child. You know,
and if
so
you as a homeboy to another
remove yourself
homeboy,
from
you like
affiliating yourself with somebody
that's
because
some grown man
deep.
jump.
That's
some
deep.
Grown man shit.
Look, if you still watching L.I. Mars, I would be like, did you try to encourage your homeboy to like get it together?
Or you just walked away and just was like, bump that. You ain't doing what you need to do.
I can't deal with you. And it's so crazy because, you know, I see another Facebook friend, he always talking about his kids and always talking about, you know, how his presence, like, you know, how he enjoys fatherhood. And, you know, I just love to see it. So just to see that, and he talks about stuff like that too. Like, man, if y'all ain't taking care of y'all kids, like how he don't even want to deal with his homeboys. And I think that's some grown man stuff. I think that would even encourage the dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing, it's kind of common or natural for you to get the encouragement from a woman. Because we don't even want to be a single parent. God darn it, we ain't make these kids on our own. But to hear from another man.
Yeah.
Right. And not only just another man, but somebody that is considered to be your associate or your friend.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm I'm saying? That means that should mean a lot to you. Like your friend coming to you and telling you, "Do you need to step up? You need to handle your business."
Absolutely, I totally agree. Go back to Roshana's question. I don't know where Roshana done
And
went.
you chicks need, you can stay out. You chicks need to stay out the way. Let them be dads. A lot of times they can't be, not dads, they can't be fathers because the chick in the way. Get your ass out the way. Let him come get his baby. It don't matter if he got another woman. Get to know the other woman. Make sure it's going to be a safe environment. And move the fuck on. Let him be a father. And I think that's a lot of times men can't be fathers to their kids because the mama's in the way.
Yeah. Jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
They jealous and they, feel as though that they gonna be taking money out their household, out their pockets, or out, their expense of doing things, and that's definitely causing arguments within the household. So the man is now not wanting to do what he needs to do for his kids. That's not out.
It's another door on no never.
Yeah.
Left the building.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to answer that question without. We'll try our best because it's a missing part to her question that I had wanted to ask, but I don't know what she's doing. She ain't in there.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she's not in there either. Oh, I said, is it another door? She doesn't escape.
She put one right here, Pizza Hut though.
Okay. So maybe we can get her back, but can you say her question again?
Her question was, what do you tell the child when the dad flat out refuses to acknowledge their child?
I had wanted to know if the kid had, did they have an encounter with the parent when they denied them or something? Yeah. Is what I had wanted to ask her concerning that question, but what do, excuse me. I mean, golly. Oh,
That's hurtful.
Ouch. That's kind of tough. I mean, how do you have that what kind of conversation because we always got to reinvent ways to
nurture the situation to make it better, make it comfortable, make it easier.
I think the best way for me is to do what I did with my kids because it wasn't that their dad didn't acknowledge them, but he wasn't active. He wasn't there. You know what I'm saying, in the beginning. And I told them at the end of the day, that's still your dad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's going through. I don't know, what the situation is. You still honor and respect him.
Absolutely.
Don't allow that to change who you are. You know what I'm saying? And make your heart cold towards him and all, because that can affect her when it comes to men itself.
In a lot of ways, oh my gosh, I'm almost lost for words. I don't even know what I would tell. I don't know.
You will figure it out. If it was
that's what we do.
Yeah, you would definitely figure it out. It just comes to you. Creatively, you would be able to,
I wish I could ask her
finesse that situation and make that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's got to be tough. I would definitely come from an aspect from Monique. As far as, I would definitely take that approach too. And I don't know, I would have to try to come from a way to let them, I don't know what they got going on in their life. I would just try to get them to, I don't know. They definitely got something going on in their life they want to deny you, especially if you know for sure it's your kid and they don't want to be involved.
And then it could be somebody that he's with, because I went through that.
Yeah.
With my baby, because of who he was with. I remember her being a little. It sounds like she back out there, but I remember her being like a newborn, and he could be sitting in the house, holding her.
Mm-hmm.
And if his ex pulled up, he'll hurry up and give my baby to, one of my other kids or to me.
Yeah.
Like as if he couldn't be caught.
Looking for you, girl.
Like, being a father. You know what I'm saying, to her. And that used to, we got in a lot of fights because of that. And that really, really hurt me. And, the more she grew, the older she got, I noticed that it really didn't change.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it could really be, well, I guess we can ask her if it's a situation where
Yeah, Rashonda, when you get a moment, we wanted to ask you about the comment that you had made. We found the y'all. Look, we ain't found nobody. She just came back in the building. But I think that as far as to what Monique said, oh gosh, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, because you know, I'm one who looks at the character of the people. So to know that we have women out here who operating like that is you know, I'm not one to be negative, but golly, I just don't care for it. Like, come on, man, check yourself. I ain't gotta check yourself, because I don't care how the kid came about. I don't know the circumstances of it, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? The kid didn't ask to come here.
Not the kid's fault.
Check yourself, man. And if it's a trust issue that you got, what you do, once again, check him. You know what I'm saying? The kid still needs to be fathered. So tighten up, women, for real.
I didn't realize there was so many comments on here until she went out and came back in, and we read your comment after you had left.
Yeah, so we had wanted to ask you something. Like, did the kid have an encounter with the parent? In regards, like, do they know that they don't acknowledge?
Yes.
She said yes.
She said yes. They know that they don't acknowledge.
Yeah.
Is it another woman involved?
He just left, gone.
Damn. Look, they got quiet. Oh my gosh, is the kid young? I mean, like, because obviously you encountered this experience. Like, do you know how the mother encouraged the kid?
The mother pretty much just lets them know that even though that one party isn't there, they have a whole team behind them.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's all they can say.
Oh my gosh, that's tough. You know, because we dealt with so many things just even between the three of us. So that's new.
Yeah.
That's new. It's unheard of. Like, yeah, that's if you got people, man, I'm telling you, look, dads.
Well,
As we done said, well, I'm not saying it's not unheard of, but we definitely didn't come across it within our experience. So to hear another person's experience, it kind of left me speechless. I don't even know, like I told you, I was kind of lost where I don't even know how, and I'm an encourager. Naturally, for me, because I might be feeling like a kid.
But the way that you dealt with it, you definitely, handled it, very well, to at least let her know that even though that person is not here, that father isn't here, she still has so many others who love her, a whole village of people that,
I think that's the only way you can.
Yeah, that pretty much is.
Yeah.
So even though that one person is gone, it's still a whole bunch more that's still left.
So now you would only had 2, now you got thousands.
Right.
Nigga.
So here's this is the last one, because we about to wrap up because it is an hour.
Wrap it up again
because we didn't wrap it up the first time. But L.I. Mars came back and he said, countless of times I tried to talk with them and set up shit for them to be around the kids, but it's always excuses. My baby mama tripping. She won't let me see my kids, etc. If a nigga really want to be around his children, he will make it happen somehow regardless. I think them settling for the excuses is the easy way out of shit, so they don't have any responsibilities to worry about.
Yeah. Now that's a real junk. It's sort of like
That
what
cop-out.
you said, that them excuses. Like,
Yeah.
you said, the dude who you said you was dealing with,
Yeah.
did you do this? Well, you full of, man, that's
Full of
do this and the mom.
Full of excuses. Share
Take her
custody.
to
Go to
court.
court.
Just like when y'all
Get
want to
shared
take care of
custody.
what we do.
Take y'all to court.
yeah.
Get child support. You can take them women to court too and do what needs to be done with them children.
Yeah, and I even hear them because that'd be the first thing I say as soon as they be like, baby, I want to do this, baby. Well, what happened to the court? Because you do know you got to, because they don't be caring about this. And it's like a whole nother excuse. I don't really understand because I mean, I did have a daddy on child support that didn't pay. So they never went and looked for him. They didn't care whether he gave me no money or not. So they didn't give him a hard time. So I didn't have to deal with that. And I'm pretty sure I probably, if you can't eat, god darn it, dang man, I make sure you got. I mean, I can't let the people take your whole check. I mean, like I think some people are just unreasonable about some things. But even though it's hard, trust me, it can only be so hard for so long. Just get through that tough battle, get them kids, and you'll be straight. Because at the end of the day, once you got the law on your side, like y'all think the law is on these women's side, then you'll be better off. You ain't got to worry about it no more when you got that paperwork out there. Well, hopefully you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you do, you got to cross that hurdle too. But most of the part, because women don't want to go to jail. Look, trust me, we don't want
Most
to go.
of them don't want to go to jail. The majority of them, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. We might be talking about a different type of woman. Because
Yeah,
if she that type of chick, she might not care.
It's not like they'll be that. Be about their life. They don't be caring.
Well, who gonna be there? Since she cares so much about them kids, she don't want to go to jail. Who gonna be with them children?
Yeah.
We just trying to be positive in some
Yeah,
type of way. But at the end of the day, you do everything that you possibly can to make sure that you can be within your kids' life. I don't know if you gotta sneak and see them. You know what I'm saying? Sneak and send it through somebody else. Let somebody else set up a play date. God darn it, find another way to be active. I'm just saying, be reinvent some way. But yeah, we thank you guys for watching. We about to get out of here.
Thank you for you daddy taking care of your kids.
Hey.
Thank you daddy taking care of your kids.
Look, raising children getting tough.
Yeah.
Money seems to be gone.
Hey.
It's on.
Thank you for you daddy taking
Raise
care
your
of your
kids.
kids.
Hey. That's it, y'all. SWP.
Look,
Tell them where they can find us at, boss.
did you stop it? Yeah, no, don't stop it. But y'all already know we on Facebook, Spoken with Purpose. We also have that additional page. The name has been changed a little bit. It's actually Spoken, and then it's W Purpose. Then we're also on YouTube, that is Spoken with Purpose Podcast. Also, we're on Instagram, that is Spoken with Purpose, 3 all together, and it's actually the number 3. And y'all already know we on all of the apps: Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, any app that they got out there. Trust me, we floating on it. So make sure that y'all tune in and go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Y'all be tripping.
And share this. Share this video. Share it.
Comment. We want to hear feedback. We want to talk with y'all. Talk to us.
Suggestions.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, let us know what y'all want to talk about.
And tune in next week because we are at a event, y'all.
Yeah.
Next week we are at what we at? Classic.
What is it called? The Stomp the Week. We with the classic, y'all.
We with the
The classes, y'all.
The Stomp down.
We'll be doing a little we lit moment out there with a couple of people, so y'all tune in. You know,
Absolutely.
we got some good stuff going on. Support us.
Saturday, not during the game. Saturday.
We'll put some flyers out there for y'all so y'all can make sure that y'all support. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Kim, you want to play our music out?
Yes, ma'am.
Look,
We
y'all
should have
already know
another
y'all can
song
keep
for
them.
tonight. Thank you.
For
You
you,
daddy
Dad.
takes care of your kids.
Honey, you was quick on your feet with that song.
Oh,
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, daddies, for taking care of your kids. Look
may
at
not come when you want
you.
I gotta hurry up.
Yeah, please.
They got doggone show ain't here when you but they come when they want them. Thank y'all for coming when you can.
Your deadbeat daddies better get your shit together.
Y'all get y'all goddamn kids. Y'all baby, daddy better get y'all kids.
Need a break?
we trying to get y'all this music so we can go on out of here. But thanks again for tuning in. Monique running and skipping and hopping all over the place. Go on, Kiana. Get the music up.
Words and I always spoke with purpose. I'ma speak my mind until they close the curtains. Look deep inside before you judge the surface. Look in my eyes and read between the lines. My soul is searching. Chosen, gotta focus, they know this.
Hey, come on, get a picture.
Holy action, no bragging, no business, no capping. Hold it down. Envision me words and use them as power, the enemy lurking. I'm calling my spirit, and if it can hear me, it's spoken with purpose.